Afghanistan, where 1,000 corpses lie, hoarse booming drums of the regiment, little souls who thirst for fight. These men were born to drill and die. The unexplained glory flies above them. Great is the battle god, great in his kingdom, a field where 1,000 corpses lie. Stephen Crane, Do Not Weep, Maiden, for War is Kind. According to the New York Times, 1,000 U.S. troops have now died in Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan. Here is this wide altar, Afghanistan, on which our empire leaves its tribute to the true God of all empires. 1,000 of the young blown apart by rough-made bombs buried on roads to nowhere, shot by snipers or worse, by their own. 1,000 sons, daughters, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, neighbors, mentors, students, friends, husbands, wives, lovers. 1,000 goats led into the wild to appease the spirit of the wilderness, the maker of weapons, sent to the desert for our impurities. Often we elevate troops who die far up on a pedestal in our national mythology. I think this is a mistake. It obscures why people join the military, it obscures what we've lost, and it prevents us from thinking critically about the choices we make that lead to their deaths. When 1,000 of other people go into the dark, we should ask what led them there, what they hope to gain, and what we hope to gain from sending them. In 2006, the Pentagon found that when they asked their main motive for enlisting, 61.9% cited a reason other than service to country, a figure that the Rand Corporation's Beth Ash cautioned could actually be higher since new recruits often cast their decision in idealistic terms. While service to country was the main reason for the plurality of recruits, skills acquisition, adventure, money for education, benefits, travel, and pay were the other top reasons listed in descending order. We also know that when the economy is in the tank, military recruitment increases. I note, though, that the reason for enlistment may not remain their motivation to continue in military service, and that membership is a community in danger and under pressure tends to radically alter one's orientation toward the group. So, someone who joins for economic reasons may not remain in the service for that reason alone or at all. To say that troops join the military for economic reasons is not to degrade them. Supporting a family is not a selfish cause. But that little detail, that Private Smith died in a dangerous job that she took to support a family, is fraught with human connection and tragedy, and we lose that if we over-idealize what led them to the battlefield. The same is true if they just joined the service to escape a mind-numbing routine or to overcome a criminal record or to cut ties with the past. All this is to say that portraying our troops as selfless warrior monks of virtue fails to honor the truth about the lives that ended in Afghanistan. These men and women were generally not burning with a desire to suppress their hopes and dreams so that the rest of us could have our own hopes and dreams. They had their own plans, their own purposes, their own desired futures for themselves, toward which military service was a step, and very few of them included dying on a battlefield. Their lives had their own meaning, independent of the lives and freedom of the survivors. Obscuring their desires in an over-bright halo also obscures the futures that we lost with them. We did not lose sacrificial lambs born to die on our behalf. We lost the doctors, the lawyers, teachers, pilots, writers, mechanics, and all of the potential for achievement, which many of them hoped to unlock through the skills and opportunities they hoped to gain from their time in the military. We lost fathers, mothers, bedtime stories, and comforting, rock-solid presence in the bleachers at their kids' sporting events. We lost them spoiling their grandkids. We lost the entire life of the person they would have become and all the gifts they would have given to the human race. Putting these troops so high on the pedestal that they died for you and me, high enough where their sacrifice is just shy of a crucifixion, also conveniently obscures our role in killing them. We all know the rhetoric we can expect to hear as we whistle past this marker. It's up to us to make sure they didn't die in vain. Empty-headed exhortations, to support the troops. Support as in, do not gainsay the purpose for which the power holders are willing to see them die. Don't say anything that would upset those troops on the way to the killing floor. I'm reminded of the dialogue in Monsters Ball where Billy Bob Thornton harangues Heath Ledger for vomiting while escorting a prisoner to the gas chamber. You effed up that man's last walk. How would you like it if someone effed up your last walk? The condemned deserve a placid walk. Don't let on what's really happening here. Similarly, the support we'll be urged to give today will be the kind that doesn't disturb the walk of the 1,001st troop. Let's be honest here. Those who will spout this kind of rhetoric are at least as concerned with our disturbing the consciences of those who set the policies for which the soldiers died, or those of their constituents. Any bets on whether these exhortations and these policies come from the same people? How convenient is the demand, silence for the sake of the victims protects those who sent them to die. Now is not the time for silence. 1,000 Americans are dead in Afghanistan in a war that's not making us safer. 1,000 people are dead, and many others are wounded and deranged, because we continue to choose military action as a solution to a political problem. Al-Qaeda is long gone from the country. The arterial wealth of our nation is gushing out in trillion-dollar spurts. All this is obscured behind the glow of the sacralized dead, a glow that we are told will vanquish if we question the purpose of the ritual and the plans of those who ordered the sacrifice. 1,000 American troops are dead in Afghanistan. Look past the false sacred glow with which the power holders will try to cover the dead and by association their policies. See the field where 1,000 corpses lie. Remember the real people who lie there, and remember the real people on their way to join them. Defend them from the battle god. End this war.